Yo, what is up guys, and welcome to the Day 80 recap of the 2016-2017 NBA season. So a player who's found himself taking a lot of heat recently is Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony has been under fire from a lot of people, including Knicks fans. The Knicks got the win over the Chicago Bulls last night, 104-89. Carmelo finished the game with 23 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists on 10 of 19 shooting from the field. And the Knicks desperately needed this win over the Jimmy Butler-less Chicago Bulls. They are now 2-8 in their last 10 games. The Knicks started off this season really slow. They got out to, I believe it was a 2-5 start. And then they were playing pretty good basketball for a stretch there too. They looked like they were going to make the playoffs, It looked like they were finally getting it together, and then they fell off again. They are now 18-22 on the year. I know a lot of Knicks fans were really excited about this season. I mean, you had Porzingis coming into his second year in the league. You had Derrick Rose, who was looking to redeem himself, and then of course you still had Carmelo Anthony. This was supposed to be the time the Knicks at least got back into the playoffs, and right now they're still not out of playoff contention. There's still hope for them to make the playoffs, but it's not looking like they will if they continue to play the type of basketball that they've been playing. And I'm not even gonna say the Knicks continue to play the type of basketball that they've been playing. If Carmelo Anthony continues to play like he's been playing. Now, I know he came out and said that he's dealing with a shoulder injury, and that could very well affect his shooting percentages. He might not shoot the ball as well with an injured shoulder. But one thing that hasn't affected is his play style. It should affect his play style, yet it hasn't. You would think that someone with a shoulder injury wouldn't be ISOing as much. He wouldn't be calling for the ball to get his own shot up as much. And that's the problem with Carmelo Anthony. He is a black hole in the New York Knicks offense. Anytime he touches the ball, that offensive possession, it's over. It's a wrap for that offensive possession. You can forget about it. And Knicks fans let him know about it last night. Knicks fans booed Carmelo Anthony when he was ISOing with the ball. And that's one thing about Knicks fans. They are brutally honest. If they love you, they will love you like no one has ever loved another NBA player. But if you get on their bad side, they will let you know. Even if some people consider you the face of the franchise, which I consider the face of the franchise, Porzingis now, to be honest. They want Carmelo to change. They want him to be able to work within the offense, not try to be the offense. This is a guy who's been in the league for a very, very long time, and throughout his time in the league, he's been exactly the same player too. So expecting him to change is just not realistic at this point in his career. This is all he knows. Isolation basketball is all he knows. So asking him to be a team player, to fit within a system, things like that, most likely isn't going to work out. And now I know some Knicks fans are looking for a trade for Carmelo Anthony. And then before the person in the comment section types down, well, he has a no trade clause. Well, remember that a no trade clause can be waived by the player if he wishes to be traded. And that's what Knicks fans want. But the thing is, I'm not too sure how many teams are willing to take a chance. And this has just been the summary of the New York Knicks season so far. They tried to compete and it hasn't worked out. Last offseason, I think they should have just looked to build around Porzingis. He is the future of the franchise. They really should have just looked to build around Porzingis. Now, that Derrick Rose trade actually wasn't bad. Derrick Rose hasn't been a bad player this season so far. And by getting Derrick Rose, it was like a very low risk type thing. I mean, you got to get rid of the contracts of Jose Calderon and Robin Lopez in exchange for Derrick Rose, a player on a 1-year lease who, if he doesn't work out, fine, you can let him walk away. That is absolutely fine. You don't really lose anything in that situation. And if he does work out and the Knicks think this is our point guard going forward, then yeah, that's perfectly fine too. So that was a win-win situation for the New York Knicks. But when it came to signing guys like Joakim Noah, stuff like that, trying to compete now with Carmelo Anthony and Porzingis, that was a mistake. Personally, I would have been looking to unload Melo as soon as I saw how great Porzingis was. As soon as I saw how great Porzingis could be, I would be like, this is the guy that we need to build our franchise around. Carmelo is what we used to be. Porzingis is what we are now and going forward. This could prove to be a very interesting rest of the season / off season for the New York Knicks as they decide what it is they want to do going forward. Whether or not they want to re-sign Derrick Rose. He is looking for a max contract. So whether or not they think Derrick Rose is a max player is completely up to them. Personally, I'm not signing Derrick Rose to a max contract, especially since I want to build around Porzingis, someone who won't be in his prime for another few years, well after Derrick Rose has left his prime. So that's one thing. And then what they're going to do with Carmelo Anthony is another thing. Then they should try and look to do something with Joakim Noah's contract, and that's another thing. So the Knicks have a lot of decisions to make. And now what I want you guys to do is let me know what you think the Knicks should do. Do you think they should trade Carmelo Anthony? That'll be the question of the day. Do you guys think they should trade Carmelo Anthony? I made a poll for this on the Amino Hardwood NBA app that I want you guys to go vote on. Whether or not you think they should trade Carmelo Anthony and give the keys to the team to Porzingis. Look to build around Porzingis in the future. The link to the poll will both be in the description and down in the comment section below. You know, there were a lot of blowouts last night, a whole lot of blowouts. One of them was the Denver Nuggets blowing out the Indiana Pacers in London. 140 points. The Pacers let the Nuggets score 140 points. Now, I'm not saying that like the Nuggets are the worst team in the NBA or anything like that, but there is no way you should ever let the Nuggets score 140 points. Matter of fact, there is no way you should ever let any team score 140 points on you. I mean, if it's Houston or it's Golden State, then you know you could kind of see how it happens, but at the same time it's still not a good look. When it comes from the Denver Nuggets, that is just an awful look. 140 to 112 was the final score. Nikola Jokic, I really like this guy. This is a big man that the offense can run through. Last night, 22 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. You know, I am really loving me some Nikola Jokic, and they've been running the ball through him a lot as of late, and it's been working out. He's been showing that he can make some plays. Another blowout was the San Antonio Spurs versus Los Angeles Lakers, 134 to 94. I believe this was the largest margin of victory the Spurs have ever had over the Lakers. I mean, the Lakers, I read somewhere that the Lakers had a 40-point win over the Spurs a while back, and now the Spurs got their 40-point win over the Lakers. An extremely efficient night from the field for Kawhi Leonard, 31 points and 10 of 13 shooting from the field. And Paul Gasol was extremely efficient as well. The whole entire San Antonio Spurs were just extremely efficient last night. There was absolutely nothing the Lakers could do with them. Paul Gasol had 22 points and 9 rebounds and 6 assists on a perfect 9 of 9 shooting from the field. Listen to this. For the game, the Spurs shot 60% from the field and almost 48% from 3 and only missed 3 free throws, 26 of 29 at the free throw line. One of the most efficient offensive games you will ever see in the NBA. Will Brooklyn ever win again? That is a question that has yet to be answered. They lost to the Anthony Davis-less New Orleans Pelicans last night, 104 to 95. Tyreek Evans had a fantastic game, an absolutely fantastic game. I really wish he could just stave off the injury bug. I mean, he's so injury prone that, you know, he's just never been able to stay healthy. Last night though, 29 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 steals in 28 minutes. Absolutely a fantastic game for Tyreek Evans. And then Terrence Jones tried to do his best Anthony Davis impression, filling in for him in the starting lineup spot. He didn't do a bad job. 24 points, 12 rebounds, 10 of 17 from the field for Terrence Jones. The Pistons were right there with the Golden State Warriors in every quarter except for the third. In the third quarter, they got absolutely destroyed by the Golden State Warriors, 127 to 107. And as a Pistons fan, I just want to say that I really hope KCP is all right. He complained of shoulder pain, didn't play basically the entire game, only logged 4 minutes last night. And you know, he's one of my favorite players in the NBA, let alone on the Pistons. So, you know, I really hope he's okay. 25 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds for Kevin Durant. 24 points, 6 assists, and 5 steals for Stephen Curry. And Klay Thompson had 23 points of his own. Draymond Green only had 2 points, but like I said, when it comes to everything else, he is doing everything. 2 points, 9 rebounds, and 13 assists. And last but not least, Devin Booker is pure flames. Devin Booker is straight up flames, but unfortunately, he just couldn't get enough help to beat the Dallas Mavericks. Devin Booker finished with 39 points, 14 of 20 shooting from the field, and 6 of 7 shooting from 3. Absolute flames for Devin Booker, one of my favorite young players in the NBA. Before the Mavericks, they just got contributions from basically everywhere. I mean, Dirk Nowitzki at 18 points, Harrison Barnes at 22, Darren Williams at 23 and 12 assists, and Wesley Matthews had 18 of his own. Really solid contributions from basically their entire starting lineup to beat the Phoenix Suns 113 to 108. And that about wraps up all the action of the day 80 recap of the 2016-2017 NBA season. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to leave a like on the video if you did, and don't forget to subscribe for more daily NBA videos. And like I said, go vote on the poll in the Amino Hardwood NBA app. The poll link will be in the description section as well as down in the comment section below. But you guys already know that I'll be right back here tomorrow dropping some more flames for you guys. So until then, keep getting the buckets, Team SDC, and I'm out of here. Peace!